Yes lads, what is happening? Welcome inside. This course, like all of my courses, are not built for retention. They're not built for fun. This is built purely for value. These are strict and informative videos that if you take seriously, can craft your mindset and your trading psychology into the elite level that you are looking for. The level that allows you to stay consistently profitable and ultimately make a fuck ton of money. Everything that I go through in this course is exactly what I have done to craft the psychology that allows me to make the money that I do today and to have the lifestyle that I have, to have the freedom of a trader, to be consistently profitable and not have to rely on anyone but myself. Now, trading itself is a simple act. It's very easy, but it goes against human nature. It's hard for humans to play out a strategy and to stay disciplined over a period of time. We're going to get into everything that will allow you to create the psychology that you need, that you have been hoping and begging for days, months, weeks, years. I don't know, but apparently psychology is the #1 problem. I'm going to explain to you exactly how to fix it and exactly why your psychology is fucked right now. Let's get into the introduction. First of all, what we're going to be doing throughout this course is going to completely shape your trading psychology to a level that you need it to be. Okay? Essentially, we're going to completely master your trading psychology. And we're going to do it by going through specific and strict systems that you need to follow and ways of life, essentially. There's things that you need to be doing day in and day out in order to keep this psychology in check. There's things that you need to keep tabs on, things that you need to be very, like I've said a few times now, strict on. Trading isn't a luck game. Trading is a skill-based game, and you can master it. You need to master every single corner of it, though. There's 3 major corners to trading, 3 pillars to trading, I like to say. And we'll go through them as we go through this course. But the 3 pillars to trading success are essentially strategy, risk management, and psychology. You must have all 3 and have all 3 in harmony. Otherwise, everything goes out the window. If one is off, all is off. And it doesn't matter which one. If one is off, all is off. And it's as simple as that. Throughout this course, throughout these modules, I'm going to explain to you what and how to keep these 3 corners intact, to keep these 3 pillars strong and standing so that you don't have tilt weeks, months, You're always going to lose. You're always going to have problems that you need to overcome in trading. They should never be to the point where you are liquidated or where you have blown everything and that you cannot trade the next day. You need to make sure you are strict and disciplined with everything that you do. Now, the 3 pillars to trading success, if you have all 3 intact, strategy, risk management, and psychology, like I said, all work together. If you have 2, you'll have the 3rd. If one is off, the other 2 are off. And we'll get into this more depth, but this is essentially what will change your whole outlook on trading. Now, throughout this, we're going to be going into actionable steps that you can actually take towards achieving this mindset and this psychology and this way of thinking. Now, I'm not just going to sit here and waffle information at you. I'm going to give you things that you can actually do day in and day out that will change everything. And if you don't do them, then you won't see the results. It's as simple as that. So the actionable steps, we're going to lay them out and you're going to get them very clearly. Do them. If you don't do them, you will not see no results, because how do you expect to change if you do fuck all? You're here watching this because you know you have a psychology problem or a mindset problem. Take it from somebody who has already been there, overcome it, solved every problem that you have had in the market, that you are having in the market 10 times over, mate. I've done it. I've been there. I've got a t-shirt for it. It's all right, and I can help. And that's exactly what this course is for. We're also going to be building a psychological journal. I'm going to teach you how you can specifically journal thoughts, emotions, and actions towards specific problems, which overall causes you to make impulse decisions or decisions that you don't want to be making or you shouldn't be making in the market. We need to essentially understand how we act towards a problem. That is essentially what psychology is. When something arises, how does your mindset react to it? And then what decision do you make upon that reaction? So we need to understand what habits we have. We need to understand what emotions that we are regularly having in the market. There's a few recurring ones that most people have. Some people have specific ones. Some people will have them all, But it depends on how long you've been in the game for, really and truly. And then to finish off, we're going to be going into the successful trader. What does it take to be a successful trader? Apart from psychology, risk management strategy, what are we actually need to be doing day in and day out to be a successful trader consistently? Not for a month, not for a year, consistently. You want to be doing this for the rest of your life. You want to fund a new lifestyle. You want to fund new endeavors, new hobbies, new businesses. You need to have this on lock, and you need to be making consistent and very nice returns. So we're going to go through everything. This course is mainly going to be about mindset and psychology towards trading. This isn't some wake up at 6 a.m., Ashton Hall your face with ice water and fuck about, yeah? This is specifically towards trading and how you can actually sculpt your mindset in order to become profitable and in order to stop fucking up, shooting yourself in the foot. So boys, enjoy it. Okay lads, so I hope you enjoyed the introduction and I hope you're ready to get cracking with this psychology course and all of these modules that I've prepared for you, okay? Like I mentioned before, take none of this lightly. Everything that I'm going through in this course, I use myself and I have used to bring myself to the level that I'm at today in trading. So with that being said, let's go through the 3 pillars to success in trading, the 3 cornerstones to success. These 3 things, if you don't have them in check, if you don't have them all working in harmony, you will never become a profitable trader. And it's as simple as that. Now, these 3 things are not concepts, they're not strategies, they're not nothing to do with the charts. Half of this is to do with you yourself as a trader. Things that you do day in and day out that you might be lacking on, that you didn't realize that you must even be doing. Things that need to be done on a day-to-day basis, week-by-week basis, that allow you to improve as a trader. Now, many of you are sitting there believing that you have everything, yeah? And that there's one thing missing, there's one piece of the puzzle missing and you don't know what it is. And a lot of people are determined that it is psychology. And we're going to bust that myth in this course because, in my opinion, if you have the 3 pillars, 3 cornerstones in trading, then your psychology is fine. Psychology is one of the cornerstones. We're going to go through all 3 now, but without one, you don't have all. You must have all 3 working together in order to have success in the markets, okay? So, what are the 3 pillars to success in trading? The 3 pillars are strategy, psychology, and risk management, okay? Now, these 3 things are what you need to have in check. Strategy being the easiest, yeah? In my opinion, you can learn a strategy easily, okay? Doesn't mean you'll be able to trade it and play it out, but you can learn concepts, you can learn confirmations, and you can learn market analysis very easily in 2025. You can go on my YouTube and there's everything that you need, but that doesn't mean you can become a profitable trader from it, okay? There's still many things that you have to conquer in order to make money in the markets. There's still many problems that you must overcome in order to make money in the markets. Just because you have a strategy, it doesn't mean that you're going to be profitable all of a sudden, okay? A plan and a strategy is just one step. It's just one piece of the pie. As you can see, there's 2 more pieces. There's psychology and risk management. Now, sticking with strategy for a second, your strategy must be fully comprehensive, reliable, consistent, something that you have gathered data on over time in backtesting and also over time in live trading. So you have backtested results that allow you to bring yourself live, and then you have the live results that allow you to continue to trade how you are trading. Because if you're not gathering data, you're not proving anything to yourself. You're not showing yourself that you are being consistent with profits. You're not showing yourself that your accounts are growing over time. You need to be very strict with everything that you're doing. Treat trading like a business. It's as simple as that. Now, the second pillar, the second cornerstone, the second must fucking have is psychology. Now, this is what we're going to be going through this whole course. It's all about psychology. None of this is about technical strategy or risk management or how you can look for a position or how to manage a position. None of that. This is all about psychology and how you can fix your mind when you're trading, okay? Because it's very important. Now, like I've mentioned already, these 3 all work together. If you don't have a strategy, how do you expect to have good trading psychology, okay? Like, that's just common sense, isn't it? Now, if you don't have risk management, but you have a strategy, what makes you think your psychology is going to be in check? Because you're risking all over the gaff. When you lose, you're going to lose heavy. And when you win, you're most likely going to win light because your risk is not consistent. So what makes you think your psychology can be in check from that? Yeah? It doesn't make sense. Okay, your mindset can be good. You might have amazing psychology, you know? I'm a robot. I don't care. I'm emotionless. I'm just following a plan. But if you haven't got risk management, then you're not going to make fucking money because you will lose. And if your risk isn't managed, then when you lose, you'll lose big and you'll lose more than when you win. That's why risk management is important. So you can see now why if just one is off, all is off, okay? And we're going to go into this a lot more in depth as we go through. But essentially, psychology is emotionless trading, is acting upon a plan, a strict plan that you have set yourself with strict rules that allow yourself to prep for loss, understand data. Now, psychology is easily built. It's something that it's not something that's ever given to you. It's not something that no one can ever give to you. No one can ever help you track this data. There's not an algorithm that can track your psychology. There's not a trading journal that can track your psychology. There's not a fucking software or a funded account that can track your psychology. This is why it is so missed, because people don't do it. So why are these so important, and why must we have all of these in check? The reason why we must have all three in check is because these are the main corners to a foundation in trading, yeah? If you have all three of these in check constantly, then you will be able to consistently trade profitably and not worry. Even if you have a bad day, a bad week, a losing streak, it doesn't matter, because if you know that you have all three in check, over time you will make money. So just keep them all A1 and you will be sorted. Now, what is the effect in falling off in just one of these areas? It's a domino effect. If one is off, all is off. I've said this a few times already now, but if you don't have your strategy in place, risk management will be off. If your risk management is off, your psychology can never be correct, and it can be reversed. If your strategy is off, then your risk management is off, and then your psychology is off. And if your psychology is great, but your strategy is off, then your risk management will be off, because you will be risking not accordingly. No, it's a vicious cycle to get trapped in, and it's a cycle that most people are trapped in. And the reason being is because they never focus on the third pillar, which is psychology. Now, most people think psychology is just turning up and acting or thinking a certain way. No, you have to program yourself to think like this. You have to train yourself to think in a certain way. And how do we do that? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to fucking teach you, isn't it? So, what happens when we have all three trading pillars working in complete harmony? You have consistent profitability, okay? When you have all three pillars working in harmony, this is when you feel unstoppable. This is when you're on the right side of the market. This is when you're making consistent profits. This is when your losses don't faze you because they're calculated and your data is tracked, so you understand how many times you should be losing and how many times you should be winning. Now, these are all things that you understand through gathering data on all areas in trading, really. Now, I'm going to explain to you as we go further through this course exactly how you can gather data on yourself, how you should be journaling your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and also how you can journal your strategy properly too. But like I said, this is mainly about psychology. This isn't about strategy and technicals. This is literally all psychology, all mindset, exactly how you can reprogram yourself into becoming a successful and profitable trader. Now, when you have all three working, trading feels like it's on easy mode. And it's understandable why, because you have every single area checked and covered. And it's hard for you to see, like, a losing trade doesn't mean you've lost. When you lose, it means that you have fucked up, yeah? You've done something that's made you unable to trade again tomorrow, you've blown a funded, you've blown your account, you've done something stupid, that's when you fucked up. That's when you've lost, yeah? A losing trade doesn't mean that you've lost. You're just playing out probabilities and playing out a strategy. That is why we need risk management. No trade is ever gonna fucking win 100%, okay? If that was the case, we'd all be multi-millionaires within a few days, fucking full-point accounts, bro. It's not how it works, all right? We have to be strict, you have to be consistent, and you have to understand what you're doing. So, that is trading success by default. That is exactly how you achieve trading success. Now, I'm going to break it down a lot more in depth, piece by piece. Strategy, psychology, risk management. I'm going to break down actionable steps and things that you must be doing now, from now on, for the rest of your trading career, in order to grow, in order to learn, and in order to actually improve as a trader. And some of you might even be at a point where you've made any fucking money yet. So let's get you to that point first. Let's make some money and then continue to do this to grow and improve, all right? All right, cool. Now we've been through the 3 pillars to success in trading. I'm gonna go through now exactly how you can become a successful trader before we get into the nitty-gritties of how we can actually reshape and reprogram your psychology and yourself as a trader. Most people say that strategy is easy, risk management is on lock. Psychology is what they struggle with. Psychology is the missing piece to the pie, the missing piece of the puzzle, the last pieces of answers they're looking for. But if you listen to what I said in the last video, then you would have listened to me say that all 3 work in harmony. So if you have strategy and you have risk management, it's all on lock, then what's going on with the psychology? Why is your psychology shit? Doesn't really make sense. Because if you can trade profitably, and you know you can trade profitably, which is having a strategy and having risk management, then your psychology should be fine. What are you kicking yourself about? What are you emotional about? It doesn't make sense. So the problem most likely isn't just psychology. It's either one of strategy or risk management. A lot of the time, risk management. Again, strategy is easy. You can't argue with it. It's the plan. Risk management, you can argue with yourself. Or maybe I'll risk more on this one. Now I'm confident on this one. I'm going to double down. I'm going to fucking exit early. Do you know what I'm saying? Psychology, even that is psychology. All of that emotional thinking and blurting out, oh, I'm doing this, doing that. You know, that is bad emotional trading. That is bad trading psychology. But again, risk management is something, or risk is something that you choose upon entering a trade. Now, most successful and profitable traders have strict risk management. Like myself, is 1% max. So 1% risk, lovely stuff. And then we're cushy, aiming for 1 to 3s. And then you've got a good risk to reward. And then I've gathered a lot of data on this plan, on this strategy, live and on the back end of the market. So I understand exactly what I can bring out of the markets with it. Now, this course is not going to cover any confirmations, no trading confirmations. I'm not going to go through any charts. I'm not going to explain to you how to look for specific things to enter a position. None of that. All right? None of that. This is all about psychology. So, for those of you who think you need that last piece of the puzzle, if you believe your strategy is A1, it's fine. You've gathered data on it. You understand how much it loses, how much it wins, how much you should risk, what your average RR is. You've got all that data, yeah? You understand risk management. You can play it out. You keep consistent. Then, psychology may be it. And things I'm going to go through today may actually help. Well, will help your psychology 1,000,000%. Because sometimes, a lot of the time, but sometimes, psychology is the problem, and in a sense of it's rooted problems, yeah? Problems within you, not within the markets, not within the charts, within yourself, yeah? Bad temper, frustration quick, all of these different things you might have had growing up, bro. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it all. I'm going to explain exactly my problem. All right, sweet as. So, the actionable steps that you must take. We've already been through the actionable steps. Now I'm going to show you exactly individually each step and how we can utilize them, how we're going to use these things to genuinely shape our mindset in trading for the better, for profitability, so that we can finally start to take money back from the markets. All right. Now, well, the actionable steps, these look familiar. We just went through them. We've got data gathering, strict plan, psychological journaling, and tracking all metrics, yeah? So, data gathering. All of these are very important, yeah? Like I've said to you before, I don't ever give any of you guys any fucking bullshit that I don't use, all right? These are all things that I do still right now. I've been trading for fucking 6 years now, bro, yeah? And I do this shit every week, all right? You need to make sure that you have these things on lock. Otherwise, you're never going to see and reach the heights that you want to reach in trading. It's as simple as that, okay? So, data gathering. Each trader is different, all right? Every human is different, okay? No one is the same. No one is a duplicate of another. So there's no chance that anyone can ever come to you and say, all right, you're going to do this and it's just going to work, okay? There will be problems that need to be fixed. There will be things that arise that the former, so say, I'm teaching you everything that I know. You might be doing it and being completely fucking confused. You might understand everything really well. I'm fucking fly, bro. You might understand everything to the max, but you yourself can't play it out because you have no patience. You get frustrated quick. Your temper's shit. You know, everybody is different. Everybody has a different risk management. I might make more money on a position than you do because of my riskier entry, say. But that's down to person by person. Now, you don't figure this out unless you gather data, intensive and strict data as well. Like, you can't just be writing willy-nilly things, okay? You have different strengths and different weaknesses. Everybody has a different background. Everybody has been raised different. So quite simply, you have different values instilled in you, different impulsive decisions that you're more likely to make, okay? So it's extremely important that we actually gather data on ourselves as traders, like, as well as our strategy, okay? Backtesting is preached heavy. Of course it is, because it's needed, yeah? Live trading and journaling your trades is preached. Even journaling isn't preached that much, all right? But this right here, you don't see no fucker talking about it. None. You know why? Because this is the secret fucking sauce, bro. And it's not sauce, it's secret work, really and truly, yeah? This is work that you must do outside of the charts in order to shape and reprogram yourself, okay? Many traders neglect it, and that's why they never see the success in the markets, okay? Trading is a psychological and a subconscious battle. So when we utilize psychological journaling and we actually gather data on ourselves, yeah, we can start to recognize patterns that save us, that make us money, and patterns that fuck us up and that cause us to lose, that are detrimental to us. Now, you can't figure this out unless you do the work, unless you're sitting there and journaling every single emotion towards every single trade, any single emotion towards any single feeling that you have, any impulsive decision that you make upon an emotion like FOMO, overconfidence, maybe lack of confidence, hesitation. These are all things that cause us to lose eventually in the markets. And it's funny because you can try to avoid something and cause it to happen. If you don't want to lose, you will make yourself lose. And it's as simple as that. Trading itself, the act of it, is very easy. It goes against human nature. It's not normal for us to be throwing money onto a chart in hopes of a gain, okay? That's why we need to be very strategic with it and risk manage so that our psychology is aligned for us to actually become profitable throughout a trade, okay? If one of them is off, the whole fucking trade's off and everything's gonna be ski-whiff, all right? So when we're journaling and we're tracking, we're gathering data on ourselves, It's not about gathering data on your plan and on your strategy and how much money you're making and what time of day you're making it in, or was there news that day. It's different data that you're gathering. You're gathering data purely on yourself. The data that no one can see, the thoughts, the things that is in your brain, because these are the things you need to get out. Like I said here, it's a subconscious battle. So bring it to real life, bro. How many times have you sat there and said to yourself, right, I'm not going to do this trading today. I'm going to follow my plan. I'm going to stick to my rules. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm not going to over risk. I'm going to do this. Oh, everything's going to be good. And then during the trading session, you go against everything. You're fucking trading. You're and then you blow your account. And afterwards, it's not until after you've blown your account. It's not until you physically can't trade again until you have to either buy a new account or reload a Percy if it's that peak. It's not until then that you realize what you've done. You get that feeling in your chest. Why did I do that? Oh, no, there wasn't even a setup. Oh, I told myself I wouldn't do that. Oh, I'm a retard, bro. Yeah, you are a fucking retard, bro. And you need to understand that until you start writing these things out on a paper in your face, that you won't stop doing them. Because the subconscious battle, you will always lose it, bro. Because your subconscious mind, it thinks it's right, bro, but you're not right. You don't know shit. All you know is a plan and a strategy that works, essentially, yeah? Trading isn't about what you think or want. It's about what you're seeing. You need to act upon what you see. So if you can't act upon what you see because your emotions are clouding your judgment, that is when your psychology is fucked. So this is why you need to write your emotions, yeah? And I'm not sitting here to tell you to fucking journal like some fucking 16-year-old high school bitch, bro. Just fucking write down your shitty thoughts and your good thoughts towards every single position that you have. Now, I'm going to go more in depth into what you actually should be journaling and what you should be writing. But this is the basics of it. This is the gist of it, okay? Gathering data across everything. Now, and just because you're doing this, it doesn't mean you should stop gathering data on your strategy. No. I mean, most people are at a point now where they've got confidence in the strat. They don't need to sit there and fucking backtest it and journal it every single day. But you should be at least backtesting your trading week on a Sunday or a Saturday. The week's just gone. And you should be analysing all your positions before and after, yeah? So make sure you're doing all of that shit. If you're still in the beginning stages and you haven't even got your strategy unlocked yet, you haven't even moved to live trading, then backtest the fuck out of everything because it's extremely important, okay? It's not important. It's just that it gets to a point where backtesting does nothing, yeah? It's the beginning phase, all right? So, then we go on to a strict plan. Now, plan is easy. Strategy is easy. Like I've said, there's fucking everywhere, bruv. You can go on 10 different YouTubers channels now, back out a strategy and learn it. Cool, then you got a strategy. Can you even play it out? Do you even have risk management? Do you know what I'm saying? Just because you have a plan, it doesn't mean that you can make money. And it's the easiest to stay on top of, is a strict plan. All it is written sentences in your face that tell you what to do. If you can't follow that, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what I mean? No wonder psychology is shit. At that point, if you can't even follow what you've written, then there's problems there. Do you know what I mean? Lack of self-trust, if anything. So with your strict plan, all that is needed is a strategy alongside a set of rules to guide your discipline and your success. That's it. That's your strategy. If you have your strategy, cool. Make sure it's back tested. Make sure you've got consistent data that gives you confidence to bring this strategy live. And then we can start to gather all the metrics, you know? We start to do all of these shit as well. Right. But you all should have a trading plan by now, and you must follow it, okay? If you don't have a trading plan, my YouTube, everything, bro, there's trading plans for all you, man. I've given everyone everything that you need, do you know what I mean? All of my students, they've got everything to the max, in depth, and they're all making lovely amounts of money now, so it's all good. But trading plan is the simplest of them all, yeah? The hardest part of trading is doing it. It is coming into it, finding the problems that you may have and then solving them. You know, this is why it's good to have someone in your corner when you're doing so, because people like myself that have already been through every single last bit of pain that you can imagine in the markets, we understand how to fix it and overcome it a lot better than people that are just going through it for the first time. So Yeah. Boom. Psychological journaling then. So, like I said before, this is extremely important. This is one of the main parts to this whole course, to actually reprogramming your mindset and your trading ways. Now, these emotions, the impulsive decisions that you are making during your trades, during your trading days, your sessions, during weeks of trading, it could even be. We need to eliminate them, and we need to find out what your problems are. Like I said, everyone's different, so I can't just sit here and say your problem is this. Like, unfortunately, you're gonna have to do some work here, bruv, and that's not too peak. You know what I mean? It's all right. As traders, we have to do fuck all. You know what I mean? Like, in the beginning phase, rise peak, you gotta study and study and study so that you can remember and spot confluences on the chart, piece it together, back test, get confidence, all of that. But once you have done that, once the hard part's out of the way and you're just trading, it's just 2 hours a day. You come to the market for 2 hours a day, then you leave. So what is the problem with, on a Sunday, back testing the previous week? What is the problem with spending an extra hour, 30 minutes either way of your trading session to journal your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings? It's not that hard. It's not that much of a fucking ask, especially for the reward that you get on the other side of it, okay? But so many people put it off because they're lazy, because they believe they don't need it, because journaling's gay. I don't know, innit? Fuck knows, bro, but you man are jokes. And I would rather be doing this and making a shitload of money than turning my nose up at it and then wondering and complaining why I can't make money in the markets. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to dive into psychological journaling and exactly how and why we use it, and why it will change your fucking trading game. So, like I've mentioned already, it is the most important part of obtaining the elite trading psychology, yeah? The reason being is because nobody can tell you it. No AI, no company, no backtesting software. TradeZilla can't fucking track your emotions. Your mum can't track your emotions. Your missus can't track your emotions. No one can. Only you can, yeah? And you need to track it in private. It doesn't have to be something that you show everyone. It doesn't have to be all it needs to be is written down so that you can see it in your face and you can look and say, right, that's a problem. That's a problem. That goes well. That works well. Do you understand? If you're constantly battling your subconscious, you can't pinpoint things. You're always moving on to the next thing. It's like, right, today I'm gonna not FOMO trade. Today I'm gonna not move my stop loss. Shit, I moved my stop loss. Okay, tomorrow I'm not gonna overtrade. Okay, you don't overtrade, but then you move your stop loss. Do you know what I mean? Like you're just fucking everything. So write down exactly what is going on each session. Like at the start, you're not even going to be writing down what's wrong and what's right because you won't even know. You're just going to write down exactly how you feel, exactly what's going on in your life. Yeah, whether you've had a fucking shitty and stressful week, whether you've got bills to pay, someone's died, bruv, everything. Like you need to understand what's going on because your lifestyle reflects in the markets. Okay, if something mad's happened and your mindset's completely out of it, you shouldn't even really be trading, bruv. Why do you think your head is going to be in the game? It's not going to be in the game at all. So this is tedious, boring, but effective and very, very simple, okay? So this is exactly how we do it, all right? Psychological journaling, okay? It is essentially journaling your emotional state before your trading session, tracking your emotions before, during, and after positions as well. So the difference here is this is before your trading session. So, boom. Say you're coming to the charts at New York Open, sit down 30 minutes before, reflect. What's happened the day before? How are you feeling? How do you feel in life currently? Are you fulfilled? Do you feel confident? How do you feel in your trading, etc.? Has anything happened that could possibly cause your mindset to not be thinking or cause your mind to be thinking elsewhere? Understand that. If everything's good, just write everything's good. You know what I mean? You don't have to be too crazy with it. You just need to understand what the fuck's going on. You'll know whether to be crazy with it. If something crazy's happened, write that down because that could be a factor towards your mind not being in the game, yeah? Then we've got the tracking emotions before, during, and after positions. Now this is, boom, you're at the charts now. You're sitting there, you've already been there. You've already done your pre-session emotion trading journaling, yeah? You've done that. Now you're waiting for your position. Yeah, let's say the macros are in now, boom, price is coming up towards your entry level where you want your sweep. Track your emotions now. How do you feel? Do you feel confident in your daily bias? Do you feel confident in your position that you're going to be taking before you've taken it, before it's even got there? Because then once price comes to that place, yeah, this is when you're going to start to battle hesitation, yeah? Because once price comes there and you should be entering, you know, this is it, this is time. I'm confident. I've written down I'm confident. I've written down everything that I've seen. If you don't take that trade, that's bad psychology, okay? Because you have just planned the whole fucking thing. Now it's time to risk. There's never ever going to be anyone telling you to fucking risk. You need to understand when it's time to risk. That is when it's time to risk after all is said and done. So track your emotions before, during, and after. Before, leading up to it, as you're analyzing the position, as price is coming to your entry, how do you feel? As soon as you enter that position, how do you feel? Are you shitting yourself all of a sudden? Do you feel confident? Is price gone into drawdown? You're fucking, oh my God, do I close out early, save myself a loss? Or price has gone straight into profit? Do I take my money quick? Write everything, okay? And then after the position is done, write your emotions too. Write your thoughts, your feelings towards it. How do you feel from that trade? Was it a good trade? Was it A plus? Was it lucky? Did you just scrape it? All of that, okay? You need to understand exactly what is going on. And I'm not talking about how much money you're making, what your P&L is, what time you're entering, etc. This is different data gathering, okay? Boom. And we do this to spot patterns that cause us to make the impulsive decisions, which ultimately cause us to lose. So essentially, it's the process of elimination. You find out what's going on, eliminate what doesn't work, double down on what does. It's that simple, okay? So, journaling your emotional state before your training session. Stressful week, losing streaks, family problems, financial problems. How do you feel as a whole outside the markets? Tracking your emotions before / during / after positions. Do you have confidence in your position? Do you have fear in your position? Are you hesitant upon entry? Do you have FOMO? Cocky, ungrateful? These are all emotions that cause us to fuck up in the markets, essentially. Spot patterns that cause us to make impulsive decisions, yeah? So we need to spot the patterns to eliminate them. Like I said before, a trading battle is subconscious, yeah? You will sit there and trade and ignore everything that you've told yourself until you've caused yourself pain. And then once the pain hits, you're like, fuck, why did I do it? So get it in your face, feel it in your chest. That's what I say to everyone, yeah? Because if you finally write it down and you can see it, you will feel this feeling of stupidity in your chest where you're like, fuck, why have I been doing that? For so long I've been doing that. Why? And trust me, I've been there. I've had the realization. And it's good to come out the other side of it. But even then, it's like, why did I not do that sooner? Because trust me, this is what needs to be done. I'm sure you guys have spent weeks, months, live trading, back testing your strategy, doing this, learning new technicals, learning new confirmations. I guarantee you none of you have tried this, yeah? Do this, tell me that you have more problems, and I can tell you exactly what your fucking problems are at that point, because this is the stuff that people can't see. This is the stuff that people can't force you to do. I can't read your mind and see how you're feeling during a trade, do you know what I mean? But I can connect all my students to TradeZilla and watch their fucking trades. I can watch their back tests. I can watch their live positions. I can shout at them if they're doing something stupid. I can't do that in your mind, bro. I can't fuck your mind and understand what the fuck is going on. Do you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work like that, bro. It just doesn't at all. So, tracking all the metrics then. Like I said, what we're going through now isn't to do with charting, isn't to do with analysis or any of that shit, right? But it doesn't mean you should stop doing that to do this. You must do this as well, all right? Well, fucking hell, I know, more work. Fuck me. So long, isn't it? So long making a shitload of fucking money. It's not that long, all right? All we need to be doing is tracking your emotions and your psychological matters alongside your data to do with actual trading, okay? How much money you're making, etc. So we must be tracking everything, all right? There's no point in sitting there being like, right, yeah, Josh has said to track my psychological and my emotions, so I'm going to stop doing backtesting. Yeah, no, that's retarded, all right? You need to do everything, everything. Continue to track your trades. Now, I'm going to go through exactly a very good journal in a minute, which will allow you to take a bit of the workload off your hands, say, yeah? Because this software will track everything, and I mean fucking everything other than your emotions, all right? So you're still going to have to do your emotions, of course, because I mean, there's no AI you can hook up to your brain unless you've got a fucking neurochip, bruv, or some shit, do you know what I mean? TradeZilla will help. TradeZilla will do everything that you need to do. So we'll go through that in a minute as well. But alongside the psychological journaling, you must still track all your positions, your P&L, etc. Don't stop backtesting, journaling trades, and your live data inside the markets. You must do it all, every single last fucking piece of it, because this is, again, like you can't put off any work. You must do everything that needs to be done. And treat trading like the business it is. Track all data, eliminate problems, and improve. It's as simple as that. If you can't see what's going wrong, you can't improve. If you can't see what's going right, you can't improve. Now, trading is a skill that you will forever be learning. You will forever be improving on, okay? Like you boys already know, I've been doing this shit for years now. This is my 6th year trading, and I still learn something new every single week. But it's not necessarily to do with strategy or fundamentals or the markets. It's mainly to do with myself. It's mainly to do with my capabilities and what I can do as a trader. And you guys will realize and recognize after you start to do this, how much you can really improve as a trader and as a person just by tracking all of these metrics. Now, none of you should put this to the side, especially if you've made it this far into it, then you should definitely be applying all of this, because why not? Why not try it? You've tried everything else. Just trust me when I tell you, bruv, this is what will change everything. And I promise you that, bro. I promise. Okay, so building a psychological journal or psychological journaling or journaling in general. Now, I'm going to plug you boys with a software that I use with a website, company, whatever the fuck you want to call it, called TradeZilla, yeah? Essentially, what this is an all-in-one journaling / backtesting software, yeah? It's very cheap. It's like $30 a month or something. And what you can do on it is you can hook up as many live accounts as you want. You can hook up your top step accounts, your funded accounts, your live accounts, and everything. And it will track all of your data for you. It will track everything, yeah? Everything in depth. Your win rate, your trade rate, your daily win rate, your trade by trade win rate. Like, it goes very, very in depth, and it will give you an overall trading score called your TradeZilla score. And essentially, this score is different to win rate, or it's everything in one, your profit factor and everything. So you can start to gather data on many, many metrics that are actually very important in trading and allow yourself to get clarity on what's going on in your trading. Now, other than journaling your positions and everything, yeah, it journals more than I had even thought about journaling, yeah. It doesn't journal your emotions. But what it does have is a specific tab on each trade that you have, which you can then input your emotions on. So TradeZilla, essentially, this is it here. It's a website made by a trader called, I think it's made by Umar Ashraf, very successful trader. Yeah, this is him, geezer. There's a lot of random traders that are involved in it as well now. But yeah, essentially, this was actually shown to me by one of my students, so respect to Ryan, but it's very, very fucking good, bruv. I've always been one to do it myself. I've always been one to just be like, fuck it, I'll just do it all a Notion on a spreadsheet. But bro, this is way better. So TradeZilla, essentially, it's an all-in-one platform that does allow you to track your performance across everything, yeah? Emotions is a thing that don't get tracked, but you have a specific segment on each trade and each trading day that you can write your emotions. It's called the psychological journal. So you can track everything that you need with this simply as well. And also, if at any point you want me to go through your live trades or anything, there is a mentor mode on there where I can connect to your account and I can review some positions for you. Now, every single live trade is journaled for you in depth, okay? even to the point where you can click on that trading day, on any trading day, or on any win, and it will bring you exactly to the chart where you bought and where you sold. So you don't have to screenshot before, during, and after when you're tracking and journaling. None of that. You can just get on it and get cracking with it, and everything's crusty. So the one thing that we got to do is journal our emotions, our psychology, because of course it's not done for us. Like I say here, no human, no algorithm, no company can ever journal your emotions/psychology towards the markets. Yet no trader tend to do it themselves. Why is that? It's put off, it's tedious, it's boring, it's gay. Fuck knows. It's gay that you don't make money, bruv. How about that? This is the reason 99% of people lose, because they don't do it themselves, yeah? And they're always left with a question, and they are always left with a questionable gap in their knowledge, yeah? Some of you might even be sitting there now like, oh, I just need that one piece of the puzzle. That might even be why you're here. It's like, bro, Josh is doing a psychology thing. Fuck, that's what I need, bruv. Maybe it's what you need. Maybe it's not. Maybe your whole strategy shit. Maybe your risk management shit as well. And psychology it's gonna be null and void then at that point, isn't it? But this is how we can finally start to actually figure out what the problem is. If you're doing all three, you can figure out where the problem is. If one is missing constantly, then the problem could lie there. The problem could not. The problem could lie in what you're doing every day. But how would we know? Quite simply, it's not the market, it's them. The secret sauce isn't sauce, bruv. It's work. Unfortunately, it's fucking extra work, bruv. But this work is needed. And this work is work that I still do every single week. Because guess what? It makes you progress, and it makes you improve, and it allows you to make more money overall. So yeah, boys, easy one. That's exactly how we use TradeZilla. That's what TradeZilla is. That is my journaling software that I use. It's awesome. It's fucking sweet. I'll link it in the description as well below, so you can easily just jump on there, sign up with your Google account, simple stuff, and you can literally hook your account up and get cracking. So yeah, boys, I would definitely recommend getting set up with TradeZilla. If not, you can do Notion journaling. If $30 a month is a bit of a stretch for you, you can do journaling on Notion. You can make a spreadsheet on Excel, but I would definitely recommend forking out and getting yourself this TradeZilla, because at the end of the day, it's a tool that's going to help you to make more money. So it's an investment. It's not like you're going on buying an extra Netflix subscription or some shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, boys, smashed it. The successful trader. So boys, you've made it this far. I hope that you've been enjoying all of the psychology knowledge and fucking gems that I've been giving you. Trust me, I'm gonna say it again. This shit is sauce. This shit is what I use myself to improve still to this day, and what got me out of that rut that you're in the first place. Now, to finish off, I'm going to explain to you a bit about what it takes to be a successful trader, so that you can start to build the habits and the lifestyle that you want. Like what we've mentioned a few times, the successful trader has all three pillars intact, yeah? Working together as their foundation to ensure consistent profitability. Now, it's not about being profitable over a day or even over a week. It's about being profitable over months and months, over time, so that you can get longevity out of this, so that you can finally fuck off anything else that you've been doing and take trading full time. You need consistent profitability over time. Now, I'm sure you can start to realize a little bit through this, and you will do now if you start to implement everything that I've taught you here. Trading is more than just charts and technicals, okay? Your lifestyle reflects in the markets, 100%. Your trust for yourself reflects in the markets. And the slight hindrance in anything, your emotional state, anything, it can be the full difference between a profitable day or an unprofitable day. It's your day-by-day life choices which can affect your trading. Now, this can go hella deep. It's all down to you to figure out at the end of the day. Things that you're happy with, things that you aren't happy with, things that you might even know that are bad for you and bad for your life and bad for the results in anything that you try to progress in. Now, you need to figure out exactly what's fucking you up and eliminate it. And it's as simple as that. It could be a quick temper. It could be frustration. It could be no patience. There's a lot of different emotions. The key ones and the main ones are no patience, FOMO, hesitation, and overconfidence. These are the main ones. But everybody is different. Sometimes people will pull some random ones out the woodwork, and I've got to fucking get in and get jiggy with it, but it's all right. Like, every problem it can be solved. It's as simple as that. But your emotional state, it can determine whether you have a profitable day or an unprofitable day. If you've had a really shit week, if you had something crazy's happen that day, it's actually better off to not even step on the charts. But then again, if you live a full, complete, crazy lifestyle, you're going out and doing fuckeries all the time, and you've got no substance and no structure to your life, what makes you think you're going to be profitable then as well? Like, this is not, you're not at all. If one pillar is off, it can be difference between an unprofitable and a profitable month, bro. Not just a day, a month. It can last a long time. It can bring you into a spiral, into a negative effect until you finally build that pillar back up. Now, we must consistently track everything, ensuring that we can recognize the detrimental patterns and the progressive patterns, because we want to not just focus on the bad shit. Yeah, we want to improve. So we need to figure out what's bad, eliminate it. What's good, double down on it. Yeah, play to our strengths and kind of boy off the weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be doing everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can take a little bit of a chill pill. Just make sure that you understand where you fuck up, what you fuck up on. It could be hesitation. It could be when you get to your entry, you're so scared that you're aiming for an extra swing high above and you're fucking up your risk to reward. Like, there's so many different problems that there could be. This is why you need to journal everything, get it out in front of your face so you can see, right, that's the problem. Or that's the problem. Sometimes there's multiple. But it's not just about figuring out what's wrong. It's about figuring out your weak points are and strengthening them. Regularly, it's not strategy or technicals, it's lifestyle, yeah? Your lifestyle choices and or problems you may have with yourself reflect in the markets, okay? These could be things that you might have been battling for years, things that you might have wanted to battle for years. Me, myself, I used to have a very hot temper, yeah? And I had no patience whatsoever. And that was something that I had always wanted to get rid of. But I'd never had a reason to, or never had a real want to or a desire to until I started trading, because I realized that it was fucking everything up. And it was even my old man that said to me, like, bro, I used to get fucking angry at shit. Like, even when we used to go fishing, bro, and I'd be trying to tie a hook. Bro, if that hook wasn't tied within the second, bro, I'm fucking bugging out like a little fucking spastic. Do you know what I mean? And I'm, bro, like, and when I started trading and that, I was sorting my shit out. And it took a minute, though. Like, I was getting hot-headed with everything. But then even my old man, like, it wasn't even until last year, even, like, when I went back home to the UK, and he was like, fucking hell, bruv, you've grown a lot. Like, you've changed a lot. Like, even from when you started trading, everything has got better. Like, it's pretty mad, to be fair. But, like, I do put it down to the skill of trading, because most of the things that I do, it's to try and better that skill. So, yeah, like, it's my life's work, bruv. It's the only thing that I've ever been good at other than fucking chopping up white of Benz, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I love this shit. It's good. Good shit. But yeah, like we stated here, bad temper, quickly frustrated, high emotional state. All of these things are negative towards the markets. All of these things will cause you to lose money rather than make it, all right? But again, this is all just a battle with yourself. No one can tell you what your problem is, all right? No one can sit here and say you need to eliminate that and fix that, all right? This is all within. So you need to understand yourself what is going wrong, you know? And it takes a real man to do that, because you got to sit there and you got to look in the mirror and say, what the fuck have I doing wrong to myself, you know? And you might even be affecting people around you too. So make sure that you understand what the problem is, fix the problem, and then, boom, double down on your strengths, get cracking, boys. At the end of the day, this isn't hard, yeah? It just takes a bit of time to reprogram yourself, think in the right direction, and be disciplined. Simple as that.